Well, the 38th Ordinary Session of the Africa Union Assembly is a much-awaited affair, mostly here in Kenya and the larger Eastern African states, because of the candidates that have gotten out to campaign for the AUC seat come the 15th to 16th of this month, where the elections will be held in Addis. And Raila Odinga, in an interview that was conducted just yesterday, exuded so much confidence that he's going to clinch the seat to become the next AUC chairperson. In fact, he said that he has the right numbers. In his own words, he said that he has the right numbers to win the AUC seat come 15th to 16th of this month. And in this video, I'm going to tell you the numbers that Raila Odinga needs. I'm also going to tell you the numbers that his co-chair of the secretariat, the Raila Odinga campaign, AUC campaign secretariat co-chair, Elkanah Odembo, who was also the former ambassador to the US, said about the numbers that Raila Odinga has secured so far, that he sees as if this will be a very big win for Raila and Kenya. Well, this is Bonafide. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe and hit that notification button so that when I release something new on Raila and the AUC, you get notified as soon as possible. We are sure to get the right numbers. Those were the words of Raila Odinga just yesterday when he was interviewed regarding his quest to become the next AUC chairperson. The campaign has been hot. The campaign has run successfully for Raila Odinga. As his secretariat says, Raila Odinga has traversed the continent. So far, Raila Odinga has been in 40 states across Africa. He has met with presidents and foreign ministers of almost all nations in Africa to campaign for his bid to become the next AUC chairperson. And Africa has about 55 states, but not all of these 55 are eligible to vote. Only 49 countries will be eligible to vote for the next AUC chairperson. 6 states in Africa are not eligible to vote. These are nations that have defied the laws of the African Union. For example, nations that have been taken over by a coup will not be eligible to vote, for example, Burkina Faso. And now that leaves 49 countries, and that makes 2/3 to be 32 countries. According to Elkanah Odembo, the co-chair of the Raila Odinga campaign for the AUC, he says that 28 countries have given assurances that they will support Raila Odinga to become the next AUC chairperson. Well, that leaves the battleground for Raila Odinga to be only 5 states that he needs assurances from for him to become the next AUC chairperson. And they say that they are not going to wait for all the rounds to be played out. As I said yesterday in a video, you can go and check that video for an extensive explanation of how the AU voting goes. There are 3 rounds to be considered when you want to vote for the next AUC chairperson, and the person with the least amount of votes will be scrapped out as the voting goes to the last person who will be voted. If that last person will not achieve that 2/3 that is needed to become the next AUC chairperson, then the chairman, the current chairman, will call off the elections. And Elkanah Odembo came out and said that we are aiming for a first round win. We don't want to cast a doubt. We don't want this to prolong further. We want a decisive first round win. And that is the information that was given by Elkanah Odembo. That's 28 states in Africa, 28 heads of state have given assurances to Raila Odinga that he will be supported and he is going to be the next AUC chairperson. If that is true, if 28 member states have given their support for Raila Odinga, then it will be very easy for Raila Odinga to win the AUC chairperson bid, because 28 is already more than half of the total number, the 49, That means that Raila Odinga will have an easy negotiating, an easy way out to get to that two-thirds majority so that he can be declared winner compared to any other leader, because he will already have more than half. It also means that many heads of state are having confidence with Raila Odinga becoming the next AUC chairperson. And this is a campaign that has been taken very dearly with President William Ruto. We've seen Raila Odinga with President William Ruto in different forums. William Ruto going with Raila Odinga in state visits. That is not part of the campaign, but he goes with Raila Odinga in these state visits. He goes with Raila Odinga in these summits so that Raila Odinga could have a personal meeting with these presidents, easily created meeting so that they can have a chat to discuss what Raila brings to the table when he becomes the next AUC chairperson. And for example, in the last visit that William Ruto had with the Egyptian counterpart, Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, Raila Odinga presented himself as a Pan-African, as someone who will follow the footsteps of a former president of Egypt. That is how Raila Odinga tries to present himself when he meets different heads of state across Africa, to resonate with what they know, to resonate with the people they already know, so that it can be easy for Raila Odinga to have the support. Well, it is also important to note that after Raila Odinga met El Sisi of Egypt, the Djiboutian candidate, Mohamed Youssef, also went and met the head of state of Egypt, that is Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. And the Djiboutian candidate also said that Egypt has supported the candidacy of the Djiboutian candidate. And that now brings up the suspense that is in all this, because right now you wouldn't be too sure about anything. But the messages and the responses and the meetings that these people are having with these presidents is a telltale sign of who will be accepted and who will not be accepted. The kind of response that they show, of course, very few countries will come out, or very few heads of state will come out publicly to say that I support this person. Of course, Ghana say that they will support Raila Odinga. A few countries have come out to say that they will support Raila Odinga, but not all the 28 countries or heads of state have come out to say that they will support Raila Odinga. That means that they are holding their cards on their chests so that they will have the best bargain from the candidates. And whoever gives the best bargain will automatically win. Raila Odinga has an edge because the Eastern African community as a bloc supported Raila Odinga. He has an edge because many presidents in the Western African states have said they will support Raila Odinga. He has an edge because the Southern African states, including South Africa, will likely support Raila Odinga. These are the advantages that we are assessing to say that Raila Odinga has an edge to win the next AUC bid. And his statement, as I started by saying, his statement that things are looking good, that he has the right numbers, are not out of a science fiction movie. That might be the reality on the ground, that Raila Odinga already sees that he has the right number because he has met over 40 heads of state. And that means that Raila Odinga is likely to be the next AUC chairperson if the analysis by his co-chair of his secretariat will be true, that he already has 28 heads of state supporting him. It will be very easy for Raila Odinga to win the AUC bid come 15th to 16th of February 2025.